GameStop is doubling down on its investment in surging esports industry. Now, you might have remembered yesterday, apparently Sony decided, hey, we're not going to be offering digital download codes to retailers anymore, and GameStop went, shoot, there went a whole bunch of our revenue. Well, they might be down, but they're certainly not out. GameStop is leveling up its esports game. The North American gaming retailer announced a series of esports partnerships today that deepen its foray into an industry projected to exceed $1 billion in revenue by the end of 2019. The initiatives include gaming clinics for amateur players seeking a competitive experience, as well as partnerships with some of the biggest esports teams in North America. Among them is the establishment of the GameStop Performance Center in Frisco, Texas, which will serve as the headquarters of Complexity Gaming, an esports team owned by Jerry Jones of the Dallas Cowboys and real estate investor John Goff. The 11,000 square foot center will open in May and will share a location with the Dallas Cowboys headquarters. GameStop wants to foster the Dallas esports community as well to become the Pop Warner or the local YMCA for esports, said Frank Hamlin, GameStop's chief marketing officer. It's no secret that esports has evolved into a cultural phenomenon within the gaming community, he said to CNBC. As a place where video game culture comes to life in every neighborhood, GameStop is entering the space in a meaningful way to empower the amateur community. Now, does that mean that maybe we could potentially see GameStop turning into, instead of a game store retailer where they just have games that you can buy, does that mean maybe they'll start setting up computer stations and other game stations for possibly like what they do in other countries, like a sport gaming hub? I don't know. Could be promising. We could see. That'd be interesting. These partnerships are hardly the gaming retailer's first foray into esports. In 2006, GameStop signed a multi-year deal with esports league Major League Gaming and partnered with Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment more recently in 2017 for a fighting game tournament featuring the latter's Injustice 2 title. This time, GameStop's esports push coincides with the company's attempts to reinvent itself in the light of the changing gaming retail landscape. Before GameStop concluded efforts to sell the company in January, the retailer had already been forced to close stores after being hit hard by digital sales. The company last week named retail veteran George Sherman chief executive, the fifth CEO in just over a year, and despite focusing more on gaming accessories and boosting its rewards program, over half the analysts on the street who covered the company's stock rate it as a hold. Nonetheless, they are stressing that they have a footprint that allows it to grow the esports community and forge ahead with partnerships. So we'll see how that turns out. What do you guys think? Do you think someday it would be cool to walk into a gaming store, be that GameStop or another company, and just be able to sit down at a computer and play the latest game with friends, or show up there for like a mini local esport tournament thing, a local esport tournament? I think that would be pretty cool. I think they should seriously start considering that, seeing as how Microsoft every single Friday night has been having Fortnite Fridays at locations all across the United States, but hardly anybody knows about this. You want to know how I found out about it? I actually found out about it from Alan Owens over on Mixer. He's a partner now. He said, yeah, I showed up at a Microsoft store on a Friday, and there was a small group of kids all standing around playing Fortnite. I'm like, yeah, we do this every Friday. It's called Fortnite Fridays. We have this little competition going on between them, and they all can show up and play Fortnite and have fun and, chat and everything, but there's no coverage. Nobody knows. It's incredible. So, yeah, good for GameStop. Let's see how it turns out.